Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. You can find me at tubajake_69 at Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Makes it so that more people get to see this, and obviously you all like listening to this, so please let people know. The beer that I've got for you today is one that I have not had before. This is the Trail Lyte, which I have had, but this one's the Cran-Blackberry. It's by Arbor Brewing Company out of Ypsilanti. It looks like it'll be good. It's going to be super light, which I like. It's a little bit fruity, which I like. It's not dark, but that's fine. I'll be fine with that because it hits the other two. I drink ones that are heavy and dark and fruity and heavy and light and all those other things that would be a combination of those three things, but I like them light and dark and fruity, but this one's 2 out of the 3, which is awesome. So anyway, let's get this guy going, see what it's like. I figured because of the cranberry, I'd do the tulip glass because it'll make it look better. Because I'm expecting it to be kind of red. Cranberry is a potent thing to put into, well, anything. And this one's been sitting around for a little bit, so it might be a little bit more potent than I'm expecting it to be, but that's fine. So it's supposed to be light, which, I mean, I'm going to guess that is more along the lines of alcohol content than it is other things. It says it's got 99 calories, 3 grams of carbs, no fat. Well, I mean, obviously it doesn't have any fat, right? Because it's beer. It shouldn't have that. But also raspberry, blackberry, and brewed with hibiscus. Hibiscus is interesting and probably where my story is going to come from if I had to guess right now. I'm going to guess there's not going to be a lot of lacing on this because the head's all gone already. Smells like beer with fruit in it. Weird. Can't imagine why. It tastes a lot like blackberry. I mean, and there's also that super sour tinge that you get from the skins on the cranberries. I like cranberries. I eat them just like right out of the package when I can get them, but also like the cranberry relish stuff, the stuff in the can, pretty good. Make my own. I like it, but I don't have a lot of people eat with it. And when you get cranberries, you end up with a pound of cranberries and you only need a quarter of a pound of cranberries to make the amount of cranberry relish that I make. So not really worth it. When I like the jellied stuff too. This is really good. It tastes like it could be, like you could make this heavier and it would be just as good. A little bit more alcohol, it'd be amazing. Like you could barrel age this, make it taste like it's got whiskey in it, and it'd be great. But you can, I mean, it smells like beer, it tastes like beer. It also tastes like cranberries and blackberries. I'm not getting the hibiscus, but hibiscus is super interesting stuff. Are there beers that this reminds me of? I always expect it to remind me of like cranberries. If there's cranberries in it, I expect it to remind me of like a Christmas ale, which generally are a little bit darker, a little bit heavier. If they've got cranberries in them, you've also got a large, like, I don't know, it tastes piney. This does not taste piney, but every once in a while you get one that's got a fruity flavor to it, which I like. I like it when those Christmas ales have, like, you know, fruit in them. It's good. I'm gonna go with that. It reminds me of the Christmas ale by Great Lakes Brewing Company, even though that doesn't have that in there. It's just that the thing that it comes in, the packaging, always has the Christmas bulbs in whatever they're in. And I always think they're cranberries, and I'm like, that looks like it's good, because that's what I like. But it's not, and it doesn't taste like it's got cranberries in it, and it disappoints me every time to know what that tastes like. I mean, not that it's bad. It is pretty good. It's kind of dark and sprucey, but when you're hoping for cranberries and you get pine needles, it's not as much fun. It's really not. Anyway, does this remind me of a story? Really, it's the hibiscus that reminds me of this story. When I was younger, 22, I went to Texas to sell books door to door. You know, knock on the door. Hey, you want to buy a book? I mean, it wasn't exactly like that, but it was kind of like that. With Southwestern Company, it was a lot of fun. I got super brainwashed and figured that out, but also it was a lot of fun. Living by myself, and well, not really even by myself. I lived with 3 other guys in one room. I mean, we spent like 6 hours there a day, and then the rest of the day we were out and around Dallas-Fort Worth area meeting people. And then on the weekends, which was Sunday only, because you make a lot of money on Saturdays because everybody's at home. On Sundays, we would go and do things, meet up with other people that were in the area. Our group had students from Central, Michigan State, IU. There might have been a couple from Purdue, but I don't think so for sure. I'm not positive on Purdue for sure. But those 3 colleges for sure, because those are the ones that I remember most. Mostly it was at Michigan State. But one of the guys from IU was interesting. He was like, yeah, you see them growing every once in a while, these hibiscus flowers. They're really cool looking. And if you take just the flower out and you suck on the end of it, it tastes good. Kind of honey-y, but not quite, like floral. So I tried it because, you know, they're around because it's Texas and you can grow that stuff there all the time. So I tried it and it was like, wow, that was really good. Actually, that was at the guy who was like, yeah, you know who Kelly Clarkson is? I had no idea. I didn't watch TV that summer. I was knocking on doors. But I probably saw her. You know, like, yeah, she's in town for whatever. And then I saw her at a baseball game, which was neat, but also weird. So anyway, the story was about the hibiscus, not about Kelly Clarkson, because I think I told that one like last week, probably. It was not very long ago. At the very least, I had a truck down there, which was kind of nice. It didn't have air conditioning in Texas in the summertime. It was very hot. You'd be amazed at how nice a cool breeze feels after you've been sleeping in your truck for 15 minutes because you got 6 hours of sleep the night before. And you walk 12 miles. And you're like, I deserve a nap. Because, well, you deserve a nap. And then it's 120 in your truck and you open the window and it's 80 outside, but it feels like it's 60. Amazing. I did catch a chill that summer when it was 79 degrees and I was driving with the window down. It was strange. Anyway, I've got a quote for you. This one is from Irvin Magic Johnson. He grew up just down the road from me. I mean, like a long ways down the road from me, but, you know, down the road. He said, there's winning and there's losing. In life, you have to know they both will happen. I mean, story about me selling books. I did not do well selling books. I made zero money. No, that's not true. They said I made $700, but I had to spend $1,500 to get my brakes fixed that summer. So I made negative $700. So I lost a little bit, but also I gained all that experience, and I would say that was a win. So anyway, you can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that more people can see and hear about this podcast. It's not a podcast yet. I do have a microphone over there, so it can be a podcast, but I haven't gotten that stuff set up yet. this YouTube show. Because if you talk about it, then people see it. Because that's how the algorithm works. Anyway, I'll see you next time when you got time for a beer.